What's happening, party people? Go ahead and hit that like button so we can get started with the show. Oh, well, matter of fact, I did a thing yesterday. After you hear about what I did, you might be hitting the unlike button, but I went ahead and got married. Me and Mita decided to go ahead and get married, not delay any further. As you guys know, I've been in the LA area, so I've been staying with my friend, the rabbi, and he said, hey, he could do the ceremony right here on this property. So he did. And we're now married. The only thing that I think most of you guys will hit the like button on is one of the conditions and the things that Mita wanted me to do when we got married was cut back on a lot of the travel. You know, people like having a home, especially women, so the Robert DIY Roadshow will probably be almost coming to a screeching halt. There are a few people that I have commitments to. We're going to spread those trips out over the next few months and then decide, how often I'll travel. And so that'll cut back on the videos. I have probably 6-7 more days of video content that I have already recorded. I'll post those and then probably post a video once a week, something like that. But hey, I'm excited about my new chapter in life, and I hope that you are too. So again, I'm still in the LA area. I'm going to finish up a couple of things here, go and take care of what we got to take care of in the Seattle area, and then kind of wrap things up for probably a couple of months, and then get back and take care of the folks that I got lined up. So today's video, I was still in the San Diego area. We got some of that stuff taken care of there. Tomorrow's video has some more of that stuff, but hey, hope you enjoy today's clips and have a great day. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the Tinker Day with this Volvo C70. I think it's a '09 model. The owner put some LED headlights in there so they could see at night. As you age, you need more light, it just seems like. And it's got a message that the headlight has some kind of error in it. Let me start it up, let you see that message in the cluster. The owner drove the car with the new struts, said it was light years better. So here we are. We got the headlights on. And we got bulb failure, low beam. That's the error message you get when the system doesn't feel the proper resistance in it. So we're going to put these resistors in there. The car's already warmed up, so I can shut it off. Not worrying about it getting lawnmower syndrome, but still let it run 30 seconds to a minute before you shut that thing down. And that's the only message in there. Low beam bulb failure. Let's shut this car down and put this resistor in here. The owner gets his LEDs supplied by this company here. Really likes them. He contacted them, telling me he had a problem with the message. They sent this here, which goes between the light bulb and hopefully fits inside the light assembly, or that's going to be a mess. So let's pop the hood, pull the light out, put one in each side, and put the lights back in and fire it up, see what happens. You can see the video in the description about how to get these lights out, change the light bulbs in there, adjust the lights, stuff like that. And here we go again, 9 years later, same issue. Look at these wires, bare wires in the light assembly. There's enough room in this light assembly for this unit I'm about to put in here, but man, these bare wires touching each other, touching stuff in the light, that definitely can and will cause a problem. So I need to try to separate these wires, put electrical tape on them, maybe a zip tie or two, get these things to where I'm sure they won't touch each other, insulate them so they don't touch nothing else in here and ground out, and then put this unit in here and hopefully we'll be fine. My guess would be that the brown is ground, so that may not be an issue, but I don't need these yellows power wise touching these browns and grounding out, causing issues in here. So let me try to fix up this wire harness in here. Well, I got the wires taped up. I got a zip tie on the one. Hopefully nothing else will touch down there. I plugged in this resistor thing to get rid of that error message. Got a lot of room in here. I'm just going to tuck it down there. If I had double-sided tape, I would stick a little bit there and a little bit on the bottom, put it on the bottom. We'll put the light bulb in there and then test it. I don't know if this can be installed with improper polarity, but if it is, it won't work. So let's put it together, test to see if it works, and get it installed. There it is, installed, locked in place. I took that block down on the bottom of the assembly. I got it where no bare wires are touching. Hopefully that's good to go. Let me go ahead and plug it in, cut the lights on, see if it works. And it does work. So I'm going to take the other one and flip it upside down and test it both ways to see if they're polarity sensitive. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this bulb in, put the cover on the back, secure the light assembly, and shut it down. All right, here we go, folks. We are going to fire it up. The light's on. See if we get a message. There's a delay in turning the car on so that you don't get that flash of the light assembly. Looks like both are lit. No messages. Isn't that awesome? And both lights are lit and bright. Let's go out and take a peek at them. Yep, bright and steady. These are actually 65K, which are pretty bright. I like 43K. I think they're more comfortable with people, but this is what they got, and they're now good to go, message free. We are back here at the 99 Volvo race car. Call it a race car. Maybe this key works because of the starting sequence that it has. Get in the car, you turn the key on, reach over here, hit the start button, and you're running. We're going to put this in the garage and work on it. We're going to do several things to this car. A few of these things are cosmetics. We're going to replace this thing here, which is that busted piece there. We're going to pull up the center console to get to that. I don't think you replace it with the center console. This thing already has a crack right here from somebody probably pulling the center console out. This is an overlay deal on this center console. So there's a video showing you how to get the center console out. After that, you just unclip it. It's got 2 clips on the back, 2 hooks on the front. So I unclip the back, unhook it from the front. Of course, you pull the knob off and you put all that stuff in there. So I'm going to start by cleaning this thing off and getting with it. That piece there has that stuff in there, and there's clips that holds that in, but I don't know why it's commonly broken. That's broken there, that's broken there, front and back. So I don't know if people removing that breaks that or what. Got your shift lock, and of course you have your light under that thing, which I don't even know if that works on this car. Let's see if we got a good light in there on the shifter. Yeah, it's got a beautiful light in there. It looks LED. So let's get cracking. We're going to get that fixed. Then we're going to replace this piece here. It has some weird contraption under it to put that on. Then we're going to mess with the parking brakes. Then we're going to mess with the timing belt cover. There's a cover that goes under the timing belt that's missing on this car. And the inner timing belt cover is damaged on this car, but we're going to save that job to when the timing belt is replaced, which may be a while from now because this car doesn't get that many mileage. This car needs a roof liner. I didn't realize that. That's falling there, so it's falling everywhere else. Yep. You can see that roof liner falling in the back. So I'll ask him if he wants to get that done. And we'll just have a somewhat of a easy afternoon. Nothing too stressful. Well, let me say this. The parking brake is not working good. And that adjustment in there, well, I'm going to say the parking brake for later. I was thinking since I had the center console out, make sure the parking brake works. So I may do that in conjunction with it, replacing that trim. I got it installed. It was a little tricky getting the nipple on this selector lined up with the shifter, but I got it in. But it seems like the LED that's in there has burned through the red on the selector because the selector is kind of pinkish instead of reddish, so that showed the red is good. I don't have any red nail polish or something to put over it to make it any better, but looks better. Doesn't have that busted piece there. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with these parking brakes while I got this center console out. Looks like we have parking brake success. I replaced the shoes, and those things are tight. I'm gonna start it up, see if it'll roll forward and backwards. Maybe tighten that bolt a little bit more for the handle adjustment. I don't want the handle adjustment coming all the way up into the center console and cracking it. But man, these parking brakes seem to be holding tight. So I got the center console little trim in, got the parking brake set. Let me go ahead and put the center console back in and then do this clamshell here. I think he got brand new pieces for that. Yes sir, brand new pieces. I didn't know they still sell those things. That is the part number for those two pieces. 920-9873, 920-9874. Upper and lower. Oh, and while that is off, we have an antenna ring to reinstall. He's got some tape on his for some reason. He wants this replaced. So we'll replace that. Let me put that over here so I don't forget. Next up, we're going to put in this guard under the timing belt that's missing there. Oh, that one's there. It's just rotted out. Then we're going to put on this boot to protect this steering rack. That boot is gone. So I actually have to take that inner tie rod in loose. So I'm going to turn the wheel to the left to help me do that and get this out of here. Oh, we need brake lines on this. I don't know if we talked about that, but I don't see any brake lines in the mix of parts here. Rotted away brake lines. And that sway bar bushing is wearing out. It's got space there. Let me turn the wheel to the left so I can try to get this out of here. I guess the lower timing belt guard on this car must have been rotted away. So we got a new one. And it's got a part number. What's that? 918? I can't even tell. 918-9227 maybe? Looks like the number is duplicated. Like shadowed. I got this out of here. This was 18. I broke this nut loose by holding the outer tie rod in with a 19, and I put this on there close to it, and I used a pry bar to prime apart, break this nut loose. Then I held this with this 13 here at 9 o'clock position, and I turned this off 12 turns. On the 12th turn, it fell off. So when I go back on, I'm going to turn it on 12 turns and then tighten this nut down to it, holding this at this position. So I need to mark this as the top. So let me get something and scratch this as the top so that I go back on the right way. I don't want to mess up this alignment. So I'm going to get a razor or something, mark that as the top, screw this nut off here, slide this boot off, wipe that off, slide a new boot on, and I'm probably going to wipe it down with some hydraulic power steering or transmission fluid. So this inner tie rod end has a little bit of in and out play. And anytime your tie rod ends fall down like that, they really need to be replaced. Same with this outer and the boot's torn. So I'm going to suggest that he order inner and outer tie rods for this vehicle. Might as well do it while I got it apart, because this stuff is worn out already. So he'll need to replace those. We'll get those in a day or two. And looks like the boot's torn on these sway bar end links as well. I don't hear them clicking, but I do have earplugs in because I had my earplugs put in when I was hammering. We're going to wrap this vehicle up, get the tools. Next, we're going to scan this V70, see what kind of codes we get out of it. So let me go get the key for that. This right here will drive me crazy. Whatever that is. It's got bulb failure, low beam. It probably has that in there too. That thing sounds like it went through 32 CD discs. Oh my crap. My freaking computer just died. Let me see if I could get close to the garage with this thing and plug this thing up to the extension cord. Wow, the only faults we got in here, this V70 is low beam faults. Check fuses. Let's see what delivery has. Ah, we got a few things there. Sunroof faulty signal, low beam, control module intermittent. Let me see what that is. Tire pressure sensor signal, ignition switch faulty signal, battery temperature faulty signal, LIN bus communication fault. I don't know what that is. Control module internal fault, RDAR, and cruise control communication fault. Let's see what this is here. Something about the radio, speakers, different stuff like that. Let's see what this is. Alarm. Let's see what this is. Radio does not work. Cruise control does not engage. Okay. So this thing right here is an audio thing. And this thing right there, central electric CEM. Sunroof fault. Low beam stuff. That's not bad. Let's erase all and go through that rigmarole. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit read all instead of erase all. Alright, let's do what it says there and let it rescan. For some reason, what came back is this ignition switch faulty signal. I'm not sure what that's about, but okay. Let's accept that. Huh. Interesting. Let's go scan that V70. Told it to update the scan. It said the last time I scanned this vehicle was January 23rd. That's exactly 2 months ago. Now this vehicle's got a lot to talk about. Look at all that stuff there. All this stuff down here. All this stuff down here. Let's go to delivery. Go back up here. Yep, just got these 3 right here on delivery. Vehicle speed sensor is probably the ABS he's talking about. Brake pedals, signal, fuel level, signal. Ooh, about to have problems with his fuel gauge. I'm gonna reset these, fire it up, see what happens. Car won't start with this new antenna ring. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let me put the old one back on, see what happens. Or let me disconnect my deal here. Sometimes with this thing plugged up, it won't let the car start. Nope, still won't start. It's got a starter issue and probably this immobilizer deal. So let me pop this collar back off and put that old immobilizer back on and see if it'll start. Put the old antenna ring back on and it fired right up. So that's not good. And it's almost 8 o'clock. We're going to call it a night. I'm going to clean up my mess and shut this down. Well, I hope I left you guys hanging with that April Fool's joke. Happy April Fool's Day. However, I do believe me and Mita are getting married later this month. So we're not married yet, progressing our relationship. We're getting along well. We care a lot about each other. We love each other. So we're going to go ahead and do what I believe in. I've been married most of my life. I believe in marriage. We're going to get married. That may, take me off schedule a couple of weeks, but she's excited and willing to do a lot of travel like I have done. We'll have to budget that in, but hey, we're going to be together, traveling, taking care of business because, hey, this is what I do. This is what I enjoy. Love taking care of you folks with your Volvo needs. So we're going to continue to do that. So thanks for watching. See you soon. This Rumble's getting started. Unclick the unlike button and click that like button. Talk to you later. Have a great day.